So this is Chuck Cameron. Good day to you from Oxford Community TV. It's a beautiful morning. We are in Addison Township. Leonard is just up the street. I'm in the fire hall with Mitch Borowski. Mitch, give us an idea what we're doing here today. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So we're just trying to spread some word about the Chuck Johnson Skedaddle that we got, and get some runners in. It's our first annual event of the charity, so looking to make some progress on getting people involved.
So we're in a fire hall. How does you, a fire hall, and Chuck Johnson have anything to do with each other?
So as far as Chuck Johnson, how he's related to us, he unfortunately passed away during COVID, from COVID. He was a sergeant here for numerous years. He was here for probably, I'd say 15 years is a guess. I was actually his neighbor as a kid growing up because so my dad is the chief here. So I knew Chuck for a long time, and we have a scholarship for him at the high school, and we're looking to do this run as a little bit to get some money involved from the community and give back to the kids at the Oxford High School, as well as the Great Lakes Burn Camp. So that's what Chuck Johnson, that's who he is and what he did here and what we're doing. So, what
would that scholarship provide? Is it college or training or whatever else?
Yes, it's for helping people, helping the students with a little bit of college money. It's not much, but it's some, and it's usually the kids that are in the EMT program, because we do have a small EMT program, and they usually are the ones that apply for that because they're the ones that hear about it the most from us, because they do clinicals and everything, and they ride along with us on the ambulance for our medicals. But it's a small thing, and it's just to help them with college, and like I said, they apply for it. So
students at the high school can do some learning about this world that you're in, and this scholarship might help them as they go along in the future for funds and debts, right?
Yeah, yep. For any kind of debt that they accrue in college, it'll help them a little bit. So
I'm guessing that they'll accrue several debts.
Yeah, yep. They always do.
So you're hoping to raise money. How do people get involved in this run?
We have it on Run Michigan. That's a website that has a lot of, it has almost every run you can think of in Michigan. It has that. It's also on a running app that a lot of major runners use called Strava. So that's how we're getting the word out to it. Other than that, we have some flyers that have a link and or a QR code, and you can, and so do the advertisements on the social media platforms. And you can either scan the QR code. Usually it's you go on your picture app on your phone, and you'll find your way to the website. You can donate and sign up on the website. So, yep, it has information about the run on there as well. So the 5K is $40, and if you sign up before our deadline, you do get a T-shirt for the 10K and the 5K, same kind of shirt. And then the 10K is actually $60, $20 more. You get the same things. And again, it's our first year, so we're spearheading this. We're learning a lot from it. So we're trying to work on getting everybody a goodie bag at the end of the event, and so that your $40 and $60 goes a little ways towards you too. So, but most of it is going to go towards that scholarship at the high school, as well as the Great Lakes Burn Camp. So through our association. Yep.
So when is the run, and where is the run?
The run is going to be September 24th. The 10K starts at 9 a.m. and the 5K starts at 9:15, I believe, is the 15 minutes after. And it's in downtown Leonard. It starts at the old fire hall right next to the barbershop. I believe we gave the address as 23 East Elmwood. And that's Roland Hall, which is the village of Leonard's hub for everything that goes on, and it's right next to Roland Hall. So people find their way, and they'll find that the fire station is right next to it. So that's where we're doing it, and that's what the events are.
Excellent. You make me smile because the Strawberry Festival was just up here, and the old fire hall was a place of great joy because they were making strawberry sundaes.
Yeah, we were serving those up all day over there not long ago, and now it's going to be a lot of tired faces coming back into it. So,
well, it's a great little town. The people who know it, but probably a lot of folks don't. Do you expect that runners will come from a distance just to run out here?
Yeah, there's a few people that are probably going to be traveling, and there's some that, because it's on a few major platforms, I'm sure there'll be some that come in from other places. And it'd be cool to have them, see how cool it is down here. Because you don't have a restaurant to come to. It's, have them come to an event and see what it's all about.
Well, thank you very much. Are you a runner?
I am a big runner. That's why they had me do it too. So, yep.
It seems like that's a good choice. You have the spirit.
Yeah. I do the Detroit Marathon every year, so 2 years in a row now, and looking to do it again. So.
Well, maybe there'll be a Leonard Marathon someday down the road.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mitch. It's good to meet you. Thank you for your service, and we hope that folks are able to enjoy being in Leonard or contributing to a really, really good cause. That's it from now. Chuck Cameron, OCTV. I hope you have a great day.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Oxford Township First Responder Appreciation Night. What we wanted to do was showcase our Oxford Township Fire Department, and the policing service for Oxford Township is the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. We have 21 deputies in command here in the Oxford Township, serving the 36 square miles. And I want to thank a couple people. Matt from Three Mates DJ. He gave us a good discount to entertain you tonight. Thank you. I want to thank all of the firefighters and EMTs that stood up and brought the equipment out. Chief Matt and the rest of all the folks. Lieutenant Scott Patterson, who's over there with his family, and Sergeant Meza. We've got the equine, the motorcycles, everybody to look at. The food trucks, I hope you all got something to eat. You know, I got enough. But now we all want to do one thing before. Mr. Gibbons brought along the 23-24 Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. They're going to do some songs for us in a minute. It gives them a chance to practice up in front of public, if you will. But I do have somebody here tonight, my friend. He's on a leash. His name is Max. Max. And his handler is the one and only Chief Mike Bouchard. And Mike is a personal friend of Oxford. He's done many things to help us, and he will continue to support Oxford's policing efforts in our township. So he'll be around for a while, so will Max, and I'll let Sheriff Bouchard say a few words, and then Mr. Gibbons, you'll play some songs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Supervisor. It's a pleasure to be here. Don't stand a long time between the band and hearing their songs, so I'll be very brief. I just want to say how much we at the Sheriff's Office appreciate this community and love this community. Obviously we've been through a lot together, and we're going to stay bonded together forever. So if you ever need anything from me or any of our folks at the Sheriff's Office, we are a phone call away 24/7. Count on us, we're coming, okay? And I also would like to say thank you for all of the support that we have received from this community. Oxford is a special, special place. So special that my daughter and my son-in-law, who's active duty military, plan to live not far from here and already have some property. So when he gets out of the military, they want to be part of Oxford because they know how special this community is. So thank you for allowing us to be part of it and to serve you, and have a great night, and God bless you.
We are out here in front of the Oxford Fire Department section of the First Responders event, and I'm here with a very important person. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
My name is Matt Majestic. I'm the fire chief here in Oxford, and I help manage and run the department from a administrator point of view. Though I still respond on calls and go to fires and all of that stuff as well. I'm still a licensed paramedic, but basically I do the day-to-day, Monday through Friday, for the most part, the boring stuff, right? Just making sure we get our bills paid and do the best we can with the money we do have to meet the needs and respond to calls.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Can you tell us a little bit about why you're out here tonight?
We're out here tonight because I was the bad guy, right? Everybody knows. I had to cancel the fireworks around the Seymour celebration because of the drought type conditions we had at the time, and it was a painful decision, and it was not done lightly. And then we had to come up with a way to move forward, right? The money was already committed from the parks, and we had the folks lined up. So I believe it was the Parks and Rec director came up with an idea of let's do something to kind of recognize the first responders in our community, which obviously myself and Lieutenant Patterson, we didn't really want to take that spotlight because that's not what we're about. So we kind of reluctantly agreed. But for me, and I posted it on our Facebook page, we're out here for the folks who have supported us. That's more important to me. And so we're just happy that it seems like the Mother Nature's going to cooperate with us now, and we should be good to go if all goes well. And but that's why we're here to recognize the community and the support that they give us.
Hopefully you
more
can
than
hear
anything.
with my
Yeah.
cheaper speaker than that. We are, as Sheriff Bouchard and Mr. Curtis said, the Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. We're going to play just a few tunes for you tonight. Since we have this amazing flag overhead, we are going to start with the Star Spangled Banner. So if you're sitting, please rise if you're able, and we will play our Star Spangled Banner.
I'm Pauline Bennett with OCTV, and today we are here on a beautiful sunny Saturday morning for the Helen Smith Pocket Park grand opening. Today we're going to find out why this is so special, and also it's truly considered a community park. We're going to find out why.
Good morning. Thank you so much for attending the grand opening and dedication of the new Helen Smith Park. I'm CJ Carnacchio, Oxford Township's Communications and Grants Manager, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you all here today. This project is the culmination of a dream. It was a true labor of love for me to build something for the community that's been my home for over 20 years, and to pay tribute to one of Oxford's most generous, selfless, inspiring, genuine, and iconic residents, Helen Smith. She was my friend for 16 years, and I loved her dearly. In March of 2022, I had an idea. Let's transform this empty space into a pleasant little pocket park that will serve and benefit people of all ages and abilities. I approached Oxford Township Supervisor Jack Curtis and told him what I wanted to do. And without hesitation, Jack said, "Go for it." Supervisor Curtis' support, encouragement, and enthusiasm since that day has been invaluable to me, and I can't thank him enough. As I began the process of planning this park, I wondered what to name it, and within 2 seconds, Helen's name popped into my head. Helen loved Oxford like no other. She was its grand lady, and folks looked up to her. She had an iron will mixed with a gentle soul, and she often spoke her mind, but she was always willing to listen. She was tough when she needed to be, but she never let that diminish her soft side. Helping Oxford's young people was her passion in life. She was completely committed to making sure they succeeded as students, as athletes, and as members of society. Whatever they needed, whether it was athletic equipment, scholarships, guidance, or recognition, Helen made damn sure they got it. The community's kids were her kids, and she never let anything stop her when it came to supporting them. Helen was always active. She was never idle. Even when her body was failing her, she never shirked her responsibilities. When there was a job to be done, she saw it through to the end, even if that meant making phone calls and doing paperwork while lying in a hospital bed. Helen's accomplishments, leadership, and indomitable spirit helped shape and guide this community for more than 6 decades. But with Oxford continuing to grow, I was worried there could come a day when nobody knows who Helen is or what she did. This new pocket park will ensure Helen and her legacy are never forgotten. Here, her memory is honored, her story is shared, and her deeds are celebrated. And hopefully, this place will inspire future generations to follow in her footsteps. The world needs more Helen Smiths, now more than ever. Excuse me. I wish to thank the following magnificent donors for making this park possible, many of whom are here today. McLaren Oakland, whose generosity paid for all 3 pieces of the park's play equipment. The Clark Fund, Ed Lee, Koenig Materials, Barron Industries, Oxford Bank, Frontier Distributing, Dan Davis, RLM Industries, HealthQuest Physical Therapy, Oxford, American Legion Walter Frazier Post 108, American Legion Auxiliary Unit 108, American Veterans Post 108, North Oakland VFW Post 334, Rattlewood Farms, the 4B Foundation, Casimir Tool and Machine, 24th Street Sports Tavern, Puritan Magnetics, Bradford Jacobson, Collier Lanes, Oxford Hills Golf Club, Eggcorn Stamping, Oxford Education Association, the Oxford Wildcat Band Boosters, Dr. Mark Orchard, BSI Paving, Sinclair Recreation, and last but certainly not least, because they did a lot to help me out, Oxford Township Parks and Recreation. All of these donors hold a special place in my heart, and I can't thank them enough for stepping up. Let's give all of them a hearty round of applause. I also wish to offer my sincere thanks to the 4 County Community Foundation for awarding us a $20,506 grant to help build this park. 4 County has been a wonderful partner since I came to work for the township in November 2019. I've secured 4 grants from them totaling $45,506. They have funded our spacious community garden in Seymour Lake Park, paid for smoke alarms that are keeping our residents safe, and enabled us to purchase equipment for the Township Senior Center. 4 County's unwavering support has made Oxford Township a better place. Kathy Dickens, 4 County Communities Executive Director, is here today. Please give her and her team a big round of applause. And now I'd like to welcome a few other folks to the podium to say a few words. Township Supervisor Jack Curtis.
Well, CJ, you said thank you to enough people. No one said thank you to you. Excuse me. It started off, what are we going to do? He says, I don't know. I got to get some grants to get this thing built. I got to get this. I got to do that. I got to get this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do that. And by the time last night was over, I knew today he'd finally get a chance to rest. We're not all done. We still have a water fountain to put in. But what he needs a couple days off. He busted his hiney from all of your support to get this done. At a last Township Board of Trustees meeting, we awarded him a hard hat and a safety vest because he's now the construction manager, added to his title of Grants and Communications Manager. Again, I want to thank everybody for their support. Mostly you need to thank CJ. He's a great asset in our community. He even got Bill Dunn's bench secured and locked in place so nobody can steal that valuable item. So please give your thanks to CJ. He did all the work in coordination, construction management, and working and accepting all the gifts you gave, the lunches from our Legion and the ladies and gentlemen that came out and supported him. But he really did put his best foot forward. Every day we see kids come here. Yesterday there was a patrol of 10 strollers with about 40 kids, and we almost had to put a sign up, no stroller parking on the path. But all these children were running around here. It's used every day. People just walked by while we were talking and behind you. So it is a valuable asset in our community. CJ's to thank for this. Thank you all for donating. Thanks for coming, and thanks CJ.
Thank you very much, Jack. And I'd like to welcome to the podium Kathy Dickens, the director of the Four County Community Foundation, to say a few words about her organization and their considerable support of Oxford. Kathy.
Well, thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here in Oxford, as I always am. Four County Community Foundation has been in existence since 1987 and proudly serving the Oxford area. We've had a quiet partnership. I think I was hired in about the same time that CJ just mentioned he came on board. And I made it known that I wanted a stronger presence. I wanted a stronger partnership between Four County Community Foundation and the Oxford area. And I feel like we are doing that. I love this community. I visit it often, at least 3 times a week. It's beautiful. I love this particular project. It was certainly our pleasure to be a funder towards it. CJ's love of Helen certainly needs no further words. His emotion came out in his speech. And what a blessing she was to the community. And what a blessing this park is to the community to memorialize her and her efforts. It's a great place to build family. It's a great place to build friendships and strengthen your community, all being outside at the same time. I think it's a beautiful initiative. And I guess I would have one parting word. Let's do more to improve and better community here in Oxford. So please do remember Four County Community Foundation. We are present, and we wish to partner more and do more good things. So please don't forget us. Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Kathy. And I see them. I wonder, Helen's daughters, Juanita and Patty, supposed to be. If you want to come up and say a few words, do you want to come up and say anything? Oh,
I will.
Okay.
I want to thank CJ. It's an emotional time. My mom was Oxford. That's all it was. I mean, even though she went to Lake Orion and she grew up there for part of her years, she was a dedicated blue and gold person. She loved Oxford so much. She committed so much time to everything. And like CJ said to the young people, she would be so honored and overwhelmed at this dedication. She would say, that is not necessary. I don't need any recognition. That's the way she was. She wanted to be a private person. But I want to thank everybody for coming out here. I know how blessed she would feel about this. And CJ, I can't say enough for everything you've done.
At this time, I would like to unveil a special bronze plaque that will help tell Helen's story to park visitors. This plaque, paid for by Barron Industries, will be affixed to this 21,000-pound boulder donated by Koenig Materials and transported here free of charge by the Oxford-based Sarah Dan Construction. I'd like to read what the plaque says. Helen Smith was Oxford. She was our community's biggest booster and best friend. After graduating from Oxford High School in 1952, Helen helped run her family's business, Smith Silo Company, for 20 years. The many silos they built left a lasting footprint on the Midwest. Helen made it her mission to see to it that Oxford's young people always received the financial and moral support they needed and deserved. She became a charter member of the Oxford Wildcat Booster Club in 1972, and for over 30 years, Helen supported student athletes by coordinating fundraisers, award ceremonies, and scholarship programs. Helen served on the Oxford Board of Education from 1974 to 76 and coached OHS cheerleaders. She was a member of American Legion Auxiliary Unit 108, served on American Legion Post 108 Scholarship Committee, and served as the local chairperson for the Boys State and Girls State programs. She couldn't do enough for Oxford's youth. She treated them all as if they were her own children, and whenever she talked about them, she beamed with a mother's pride. Helen coined the phrase, "Once a wildcat, always a wildcat." To her, they weren't just words. They were a contract between her and the community she nurtured, protected, and loved. And now I'd like to invite Amy DeSatel, Executive Director of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce, to the podium for the ribbon cutting ceremony. And Jack and Kathy and Patty, Juanita, if you want to come up. Okay.
The Oxford Chamber of Commerce is honored to be here today to help celebrate this wonderful, beautiful vision that CJ had. And thank you to Fort County for all of your donation and everyone else to help this make a dream come true for CJ and Helen Smith, and we're glad to be part of it. I'd like to give you a plaque right now in honor of Helen Smith, and we'll officially do the ribbon cutting. And whenever you're ready here.
Why don't we go up forward? I'd like you guys to join me, like the three of us to cut the ribbon together. Can you do the limbo?
Where do you want us at?
Come on my side. Oh, we'll all.
Come on, I'll do limbo.
CJ, towards the top of the scissors is sharpest.
Towards the top, okay. So here we go. Let the photographer get a view. You good, Jim? All right, here we go.
Yay! I'd like him to have that. Maybe she would like one.
One final note. I wish to thank my loving wife, Connie Miller, for her tireless support during this project. She listened. She offered sage advice. She calmed me down when I need it, and believe me, I need it a lot. She celebrated me. She celebrated every time I received a donation, when I secured the grant, and when the park was completed. She loved Helen too, and this park means just as much to her as it does to me. She always told people Helen Smith was who she wanted to be when she grew up. And I know Helen would be proud of her and the person that she is. She donated and prepared today's refreshments. A big thank you to her. Thank you all for attending today's grand opening. Please take some time to explore the park, enjoy some refreshments, read the plaque, and reflect on who Helen was and what you can do to be a little bit more like her in your daily life. She is gone, but her spirit lives on in Oxford. Thank you.